I think when people think about AI in news, oftentimes they're thinking about like automating things we already do. Can I have it write headlines? Can I turn this paragraph into bullet points? Can I turn these bullet points into paragraphs? And like to me, and I guess the cynical view of that is so that we can fire some people and like run this operation on a smaller budget. But I think to me that's the least interesting part of all of this. Like the most interesting stuff to me is what more ambitious and interesting work can we do now that we could not do before, right? And so one of the things that AI is really good at is turning unstructured information into structured data. Things that were text, for instance, the kinds of news articles that we were looking at now, we can now put a pinpoint on a map and say it's this location with much more accuracy, right? And that enables all kinds of new work. So for instance, at the Tau Center, we've done a couple of projects involving AI-driven sort of information extraction. One was working with Columbia Journalism Investigations, looking at narratives of prisoner exonerations and trying to understand if we can extract structured information from those, like was there police misconduct, was there a settlement, if so how much, like these kind of structured pieces of information from those exoneration narratives. We've also been working with the examination on extracting conflicts of interest out of scientific papers, so we can look at thousands, millions, maybe even papers all at once, identify the structured conflict of interest between each author and companies that fund the kinds of things that they're looking to do research into. And each of these, like, the people that we worked with initially on many of these projects came to us and were like, we can use AI to automate this thing and it's going to be so much faster and easier. And then 2 weeks later, they were like, this is so much more work than like, not doing this project would have been. And that's my pitch to everybody is like, it should be more work. It should enable you to do all these new, really ambitious things, but you're going to have to put in a ton of time and effort into like validating that it's correct, manually sitting down and like one by one kind of annotating some sample of your documents. So it is a lot more work, but then we can do things that we couldn't do before. For instance,